Well, hello everybody, Welsh Farmer and the Apprentice here.
Hello.
We are back on Calmlands after a long break. There's been a lot been going on recently, so we're a little bit behind as always with our video releases, but we're going to get this episode of Calmlands knocked out and then jumping straight onto our episode 2 on Saxtingham. So, what's happened on this map since the last time we were on? It's now the third day in June, so we've got a new field that we need to seed. I'll take you up and have a look at that in a minute, and we've got a massive list of other jobs we need to get done. Bit of catching up, some new things to show you, and we also need to go and take the New Holland up to the dealership for a service and some new feet because its tyres worn out. So the effect on the use your tyres mod is taking effect good and proper on that, so it needs a good service. So what we're going to do, I think, we are going to jump into New Holland, and as I'll take you on a quick spin round the new bits, and we'll go via the dealership, put some new feet on the New Holland and get it serviced, and then head back here and we'll get on with our long list of jobs to do. So let's get cracking, shall we? New Holland's parked up over here, pretty much where I left it, as is the Fiat Agri over there waiting to be washed after liming the new field that we've got. Got a couple of other bits of new equipment dotted around. New forage wagon that we've got there, ready to get the grass in. We've also got some maize that is pretty much ready to harvest, so that's going to be the first harvest job we get on the map. So, right then, let's get in, get cracking. Okay, so let's get this thing going. Beacons on. Take a quick spin round this way, past our new forage wagon, which I've used to get the grass up from a new field that we mowed. Put straight into the fermenter. We'll head up to the first little addition that we've got on the farm here, which is this greenhouse, which will also lead you to one of the new productions that we've got. So those are the little pallets there. So let's go. Turn that camera off as well. The reversing, and then let's go this way. So like I said, we need to take a quick spin round, give you a quick update, and then I'm going to put some new feet on this because there's virtually no grip left on these tyres. So past the two maize fields that we drilled in the live that we did a good while back, that was episode 2 or 3. These will be ready in one more day, so we're going to probably harvest one of them for silage, and I might keep another one for make corn, so we'll think about that after. But thank you to everybody for joining us. I hope everybody's well. I hope you're enjoying the series so far. We are now playing on the new patch that's come out and the update for the patch, so I hope nobody's had too much trouble with that. It's quite lucky, really, one of the fortunate ones that didn't have any trouble at all with it. So our manure spread is parked up there because we had a bit of a disaster. So as you can see, we've got some timber there that needs picking up at some point, and this is the first of our new productions. This is a hop plantation, so we go around here. This is the new field that we're going to drill soon. We're going to put green beans in that, I think. Again, something new. Another greenhouse we've added in there. Some horses. I've not done horses on a save before, so I've added them in purely for decoration, really. I'm not really going to do much with them, but they can stay there for now. And then we are going to be making some beer. This is our beer manufacturer. Our brewery. So let's jump into the PDA and show you that. Where are we? Here we go. As you can see, it's running at the moment, but we will we'll come back to that probably in a month or so when it's actually produced some stuff, and we're going to sell it straight off. So as you can see, we're a little bit short cash at the minute. What have we got left in the bank? £18,122. We have got a massive amount of produce to sell to bring our cash back up again, which is going to be helpful because I'm not exactly sure how much it's going to cost to service this New Holland yet. Let's go and take another spin up around the corner. So yeah, like I said, there's quite a lot of sort of new things happening on the map because it's been such a big gap since we actually did anything. God, the understeer on this is terrible. There's no grip on the front wheels. Got a long list of jobs to do, and then we need to be getting on with harvesting, so try and get as much as we can done today, and then whatever overlaps into tomorrow, we're also going to start that maize harvest as well. So we sorted this out, finished the spin and the tour. We are probably going to jump straight into this. We might even stay in this tractor. God, steering on it's horrendous. Stay in this and probably drill the beans. So which way do I want to go? I'm going to go to the dealer's device. We'll go this way. So yeah, well, that's probably what we're going to do. We'll drill that first, and while that's being done, we can go off and sell some of the pallets of produce that I've built up in the greenhouses and things like that in the open garden, Umatana's open garden. So once we've done that, we'll know where we are cash wise, because we're probably going to have to lease some sort of planter. I don't think we can drill green beans without a seeder, but we can't, great, but if not, we'll sort something out. And moving forward with this, then it'll be a case of getting that maize done, probably then harvesting the corn, and then moving on to the other harvests. We have also got some fields that have been planted with potatoes, but I hate to say it, I think they've failed. I'll take you and show you them shortly. Let's get some new tyres on this first before I crash it. Pull this up over here. And let's get this sorted. So we don't want to repaint it, that's for sure. Ooh, we haven't got enough money to repair it, so I think we'll do is we will replace the tyres for sure, because I can't drive it otherwise. That's going to be a help. Repair it, 21,000. I wonder if I can repair it, go into a little bit of the red and then sell some stuff. Let's try that. Not enough money, it didn't think it could. Right, so excuse me. We'll have to leave that for now then. We'll have to get that done as soon as we can. That's going to be a bit of a pain. Because I don't know if you noticed, but this thing isn't far off hitting the red on its service schedule, so let's get going on that. Quick spin round this way. I'm going to go and show you our potato fields that I'm fairly sure have failed. See you guys in a couple of seconds when we get there. They're just by our small holding at the top of the hill here. Right, so we're just going past the turn into the small holding now. So we've got a field over there. We've got soybeans in. This was our first field that we combined and drilled together. Then we've got two grass fields either side of the road here, which are doing well, fully fertilised and ready to go. And we have got our two potato fields. So I'm just going to cut across the grass a bit here, and we'll have a look. To jump out, but pretty much see what I mean straight away. Look how patchy everything is. Funny feeling that the planter on the back of that New Holland wasn't counted enough with the weight, so it was bouncing around. Look how patchy it's planted. Both of the fields are exactly the same. So the dilemma is now, do I invest more time and effort in getting this field fully, ready to harvest and harvest it? Or do I ditch the idea and just plough it in and put something else in? Do let me know in the comments what you think about that. Should I continue with this? Because I've never done potatoes before anyway, and just hope for the best. Or do I bin it and plant something else instead? Let me know in the comments. It'd be interesting to see what people's opinion and what you do on this, because I say it's the first time I've ever failed on a crop like this. So any help or any comments would be appreciated. Any advice that you've got, do let me know. I'm really not sure about what to do with that. So shiny new wheels. The other ones were completely bald. I'll put a screenshot of that up in the in the Discord server and show you how bad the lack of grip was on the tyres. So right then, let's head back down the map now, and we will go and show you the other productions that I've got set up, but they are right in the bottom corner of the map, so I'll take a quick spin down there because there's nothing else to see, I don't think. I'll catch you guys in a couple of seconds. Alright, here we go. So we're coming up to this new production that we've got coming up at, set up in the corner here. It's right by where the farmers market thing is, and the grain mill that I've got set up down here, and a couple of other bits. But let's park this up here and take a look, shall we? Anyone for a coffee? I'll have a cappuccino, please. We've got a drive through here for when we're a bit thirsty, working out and about on the map. Pop in there in the tractor. And there we go. So we need to fill this with diesel at some point and then transport the pallets that you saw on the side of that greenhouse where we're growing the coffee beans to here to get them roasted. They can go straight in here and be sold, and that should start to build up a bit of money. I've also put this together. Little park area, little pond, and some other bits and pieces. So built this up. This is why it's taken so long to get this episode up and running, really, just to get this extra building work done. Put the other productions in, get them all set up and running. I do like doing stuff like this, it's really cool. This decoration pack that's come out, I didn't notice there were any collisions on it. It's come out on the mod hub now. It's been out for PC for a while. Really good for making stuff like this. Let's have a quick run down here and I'll show you what it looks like from the inside when you want to build up something like a cliff edge, or, you know, a rock outcrop, something like that. It's really cool. There we go. So I will put up a couple of pictures now of overheads of what I've built. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you want any advice on how to build stuff like that and how I put them together and the mods I use, do let me know. But here's a couple of pictures of this one and the where the brewery is. Let me know in the comments what you think. Oh, there we go. So that's the two new production areas that we've got on the map. Let's get back into New Holland. Let's get this down to the farm, and we have managed to get the loan from the dealer of an updated version of the planter we used last time when we were planting the soybeans in the top corner of the map. So I head back down to the farm now, get that hooked up, get it filled up, and then we will get over to the new field, get the drilling on the go there. The sooner we get that done the better, really, because I can get on with the other jobs we need to get done so that we can then start on that maize. So left here. There we go. Right, I will catch you guys in a couple of minutes when we're back at the farm and everything's filled up. Right, here we go. So let's get the weight hooked up on here first. I've also been lent a new weight to go with this, so hopefully keep the front end of this New Holland down. So this is the Philip Watkins weight by Meadow Mods. Should hopefully do the trick. Better than that other weight that we've got there, because it's a lot heavier than that one. So let's get this hooked up, get ourselves up to the field. It should be full. If not, I will fill it up and get up there. Let's have a look. Ah, it's already full. There we go, excellent. Right, we're keeping the front end down, which is even better. So, a quick 3-pointer. Catch you guys in a minute when we get up to the field. And here we are, our new field. Decent sized field this too, so let's get this unfolded. Jump back in cab once I know it's all folded up. Or folded out, I should say. and we'll get cracking. There we go. All on. There we go. This is going to be quite heavy, so let's get this thing out into the middle and let's get cracking. There we go. On the move. You see the redraw hasn't been fully sorted in FS 25 with that new update. It's a shame. I think the swaths have, but that's still taking a while to load in. Well, never mind. Anyway, we have got a field of green beans to sow. I'm going to do this slightly differently. We're not going to do this with the normal traditional bean harvester. We are going to do this with a combine, so I've added in the mod green beans and peas, so that we can harvest them with the combine, make it a bit easier on ourselves. So there we go. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the drone in the air and record a bit of footage of this. I'll probably see you out getting on. I'll see you guys shortly, either halfway through or pretty much when we're done. I'm just hoping that the service level on this New Holland stays above the red and it manages to keep going right to the end, because if it doesn't, I'm going to be a little bit stuck. But anyway, fingers crossed. A bit of Welsh luck, we might get to the end, and then we'll see how we get on with this planter, because I might even think about leasing this permanently or putting it on finance or whatever and buying it, but we'll see how we go. So anyway, let's get the drone in the air, put up a bit of a montage together. See you guys in a bit. There we go. Last little bit to do. That feels seeded. First ever field of green beans. And I'm over the moon with this planter. It's absolutely brilliant. 12 metres, runs at 9 miles an hour, and even puts herbicide down and solid fert down in the ground at the same time if you need fertilising and you've got a problem with weeds. So let's get that thing folded up. And that's folded up. Let's go and take a quick look at the state of the field. So we have got, yeah, all growing there, 100% fertilised. These little lines here don't seem to be any different. All good. Doesn't even look like it needs rolling according to this. Even better. So, let's get this New Holland and this stuff back down to the farm, get it all washed off. You'll notice that the money's gone back up again, which is a bonus. Just step away from that so I'm not talking over it. We've sold a trailer full of produce, so I think that's going to be the next job now. We need to get some money back in the bank. So let's get this New Holland back down to the farm. Let's get on with the next job. Building up our bank balance. And at some point I need to come down here with the timber trailer and pick up these lengths of timber as well and put them in one of our timber productions. That's I'll make use of those. The trees that we chopped down when we were putting these new productions in. That's all good. Right then, I'll catch up with you guys in a couple of minutes. We get back down to the farm and we've got everything washed off and we're ready on to get on to the next job. So see you guys shortly. There we go. Right, so we're back at the farm to get this parked up down here by the shed, get it washed off, and then we can look at getting ourselves sorted. But we've got an extra little job I think I found that we need to do first. So let's get this turned off, let's get it washed, and then I can explain what my plan is. So what we're going to do, we've got a couple of things we need to do really. Once we've got all this washed off, I'm going to put this planter down somewhere out of the way for now, and I'm going to speak to the dealer about potentially getting that on hire purchase. I think future it's worth keeping hold of because we're going to need it, rather than just leasing one every time we need one. If we can get one on hire purchase, we might as well keep hold of this one because it works really well and it runs at a decent speed and carries everything that we need to. So absolutely no reason why we shouldn't keep hold of that if we can. Something looking all shiny again, which is good. And then another thing we need to do is we need to get ourselves prepped for starting on that first maize field to make some more silage. And with that in mind, what I am going to do is I'm going to jump into time saving stock check in a second and show you what we've already got in the way of silage. So let's get this packed up. First things first. Get this pulled up out of the way somewhere. I think we'll just put it here for now. There we go. We'll leave that there for now and I can have a chat with the dealer. So from here now, what I'm going to do, let's just have a look. Time saving stock check by Mark Haythornthwaite. So what we're going to do, silage. We have just over 1 million litres of silage in here, which is way too much for what we need. So I think it would be no harm in us selling a few trailers worth, building up the money a little bit more, and then we could look at either hire purchasing a forager or even just leasing one for now to get through that maize field, because that's going to again make more silage which we can then look to feed for our cows. So what I'm going to go do now is I'm going to go off, I'm going to connect up our trailer, stay in the tractor, connect up our trailer, and I'm going to move whatever silage we need to move into the fermenter and things like that for our TMR mixer, get that full. So I'll move this forage wagon out of the way as well I think, and then go off, sell a few trailers worth of silage to build up the money, see how we're doing for cash, and then have a chat with the dealer about hire purchasing that that planter, and then potentially either hire purchasing or at least leasing ourselves a forager, and then jump straight into doing that maize harvest of first field. And what we'll do is we'll keep the second field, wait for that to fully ripen, and we'll harvest that for the corn I think. See what we can do in way of productions for turning that corn into something else to sell on a bit later on, maybe make a bit more money off it. So tell you what I'll do, I might as well do this bit off camera, and then I will see you guys back very shortly. The bank balance will be a bit higher, deals will all be done, and I'll know exactly where we are. So I'll catch you guys in a few minutes. and get this bit done. Make yourselves a brew, grab some biscuits. See you in a bit. And we are back again. Right, so we have sold off a good chunk of our silage stores, filled up the BGA and set that to selling for digestating the electricity and the methane. So there'll be a little bit of cash coming in for that as well. So as you can see, time's moved on a little bit, but so was our bank balance. £90,294 now, and our New Holland has also had a service in with that, so that's now fully functioning. You can also see what was a nice big stack of bales here has fallen over, so we've had our straw delivery because we're running low on straw for TMR. And look what's coming down the road. It is our forager. We have decided to lease this, the Kemper header for it, and the dealer's also thrown in a Bailey silage trailer. That's going to stop here in a second. I'll have a quick chat with the dealer because they've also said that one of their lads is going to come down and drive for us. And then what I will do is hook that trailer up to the New Holland, and we're going to jump straight into getting this harvest done. So let's get cracking with that. See you guys in a second when we're at the field. Okay, so here we are, let's get this underway. I can pretty much follow alongside him down the road here, around the edge of the field up to the riverside, and then from there on it'll be a case of following him behind for the first headland. Other than that, we should be good to go. There's plenty of space around the edge of the field, so looking at the yield on this, it's not going to take us long to fill these trailers up. We are going to get a lot of chaff off these fields to turn into silage, so all is good. Loving that silage, that maize texture as well, after it's been harvested, with the little bits in the floor and the stalks and stuff. That looks really cool. So like I said, I think what we're going to do is we're going to keep that at the field. So our right hand side here, we're going to keep that and wait for that to be fully harvested next month. Fully ripened, I should say, next month. Harvest it with a corn header and a harvester, and we will do something with the corn off that. I think that sounds like a better idea. Right then, get cracking on this. I'll turn this into a bit of a time lapse, a bit of a montage maybe. See you guys when we're nearly done. And here we go, last couple of rows to do, if not the last row. I'll just leave that little bit in the field there. I've got plenty of chaff off this field to keep for silage, so don't need to be too fussy. Do is we'll get this trailer full, head back down to the farm, get it emptied to check what we've got in the silage bunker. Probably just going to call it a day, I think. Pretty full already to come back for that last little bit, I think. And there we go, full. So let's head back, get this emptied, and then come back for that last little row. And we'll be done. This is going to keep us going for quite a while, this silage, so I'm kind of glad we sold off what we did in the end. Right. We may even put that last little bit back into the fermenter rather than putting it into the bunker here. As you can see, that bunker is spilling over. Taking my life in my hands trying to flatten out in the tractor. It's going to be fun. This is the front here. Get ourselves a silage fork, I think, and start moving that around a bit. Yeah, I don't mind it going into the other one. I can shove it back with the silage fork later. There we go. Let's go and get this last bit, and whatever's left in the trailer can either go in the fermenter or just stay in the trailer for now. What an absolutely mammoth task this has been. I've lost count of how many trailers we've got. 6 there max. I reckon we've done 9, maybe 10 trailers in total. Have a quick count up when we get back. Let's get this last little bit in. Impressed with this little forager though, and the camper header that we've got for it. Definitely look at using that again next time we need anything foraging. There we go. Silage harvest done. Unless he's going to go back and collect a bit more. Where's he going? Get the bits you missed, maybe. What do you think you're doing?
Getting
the bits you missed?
Getting that piece done, he's done all that. Get that one or that one.
Yeah, maybe.
Or
So
both.
let's pull round here. Where's he gone? Oh no. I know he's going back that little bit at the top there. We don't need that bit. Let's go and get this unloaded. All 1,922 litres. Stick this straight in the fermenter, I think. We can go and check how we're getting on. What do you think we will have got, mate? How many litres do you think we would have got in chaff off that?
9,989.
Oof, 9,989. It might be a little bit more than that, you know.
What about 10,989?
I think you might have to go up a bit more.
What about 15,989?
Getting closer.
18,989.
Don't know. Let's put this in here. There we go. It's probably full now. Yeah, that's full. Let's turn that off and let's go and have a nosy, shall we?
Yeah. I'm guessing.
Look at all that. Done right off that field, haven't we?
It's spilled all over.
I know. I have to clean all of that up. I didn't expect it to spill into the next bunker because they're actually 2 separate bunkers stuck together. So there's the spillage.
It's spilling at that one.
It's not too bad. It'll be fine. See what we've got in here then, shall we? Pick up the F1 menu. 182,222 litres.
No, thank God.
A little bit off with your estimation, Emmett. And then in this one we've got 33,285. So in total we've got over 210,000 litres. I think we'll be alright for silage for a little bit, won't we, mate? Right then, so...
Why are you not going to ferment that?
Yeah, well, ferment it all there, but I need to dish half of it out into this one and sort it all out after, and then flatten it all off. So I think that's a job for off camera, that, mate, because it might be a little bit boring watching me go backwards and forwards with a digger. Anyway, I think it's time we called it a day, don't you?
Yeah.
What an absolutely mammoth task that was. And this episode has been catching up with everything else. So thank you to everybody for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's great to be back on Calmlands again. I am now hopefully going to look at trying to get an episode out a week if I can. Maybe every Wednesday, if it works out that way. So we're going to call it a day, like I said. Thank you to everybody for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please do hit the like button, and if you haven't done so already, feel free to hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification button. It all helps YouTube see that the channel's getting recognised and things like that. Or if you share it with your friends, that'd be amazing. There'll be a link to the Discord server in the description below, along with a link to download the map. And then what I may do, if people are keen, is I might even upload an updated version of this save. But let me know in the comments if you would be keen to get a version of that. So, it's time for us to shoot off. So it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from the Apprentice.
Bye bye.
All of my